How to disappear and start a new life. I have a homophobic religious family. It's also illegal to be gay where I'm from. Oh geez, that's harsh. First of all, try to remove all signs you're planning this, so if this Reddit account is on your main email, or your username can be linked to you, delete it and make a new email under a different name, and use the name everywhere you don't want to be linked to your real personality. Check out the Rainbow Railroad. Some URL, and maybe they can help. Don't forget to clear your digital tracks. Be safe and I wish you luck. I don't know where you are from. My advice is general and in no particular order. Change your name. You don't need a reason to do this. Where I come from, change it on everything: ID, healthcare, doctor's records, etc. Before you are ready to hightail, rent a hotel room with cash, if you can. Even if they need a card for incidentals, do not allow them to put the room charge on it. Change your look. Dye your hair, get colored contacts, dress out of the ordinary for you. Cut your hair if you need to. This is what the room is for. The last time they see you, you need to look like you and then change drastically. Wear a hat, keep your head down in the lobby. Don't allow your mail to be sent to the old address. Ask the post office to hold it for you. Get a P.O. box once you are established. Call the postal office and have them send it directly. Pack up your stuff, take out your money from any account people have access to. Cut up shared account cards. Never use them again. Get new stuff under your new name. If you have a cell phone, change the number. Do a complete wipe. Make sure none of your new info can be shared via the cloud. If you have a shared account, ditch the phone. Best to pay it out so no one can come after you for non-payment. Creditors try harder than regular people to find debtors. Move. Get rid of any social media still attached to you. If you want another account, don't use your face on anything. Make all settings as private as possible. Most importantly, do not become prominent. If you want to disappear, you need to be low-key. If you're from the Middle East, then Israel is the closest country to you that allows asylum based on sexuality. If you want an English-speaking country, then Britain accepts LGBT asylum seekers. Removed. Depending on which religion and where you are, or wanting to go, there may be something of use here. Some URL. Note, not intended as a comment on the particular religion, this problem could exist with several. It's just an organization I'm aware of. Here is my approved 10-step guide for how to disappear completely. And #X200B. Step 1. Do not tell anybody about your disappearances. Do not leave any traces on your internet history of thoughts of disappearance. Do not act any differently. Make sure there is no evidence that you even entertained this thought. You already failed by posting this. I failed by writing this. And #X200B. Step 2. Decide on a faraway place to go to. Use an internet cafe on a spare old laptop or phone which you will destroy upon researching. Use the strongest and most secure VPN possible. And #X200B. Step 3. Decide on how you wish to travel to your new location. I suggest not going with plane, as cameras are plenty and you could be seen on the footage, and payments are done with cards that are traceable and you cannot use cryptocurrency. Take out $10 cash every day for a while, until you stash up around $1K or more, as much as you need to travel and get started up. Taking out $1K at once will be extremely suspicious. $10 looks like a cigarette addiction. And #X200B. Step 4. Pick a new identity. Do not bother falsifying evidence and new documents. You won't be able to afford that or do it successfully enough to matter. Get a new name. Don't pick a name you like, pick one you hate. Don't use usernames you used in the past, characters of your favorite shows or fiction. All of these could be used to narrow you down. Pick a name nobody would think you actually would name yourself. Make sure it has no meaning whatsoever and make it believable. Don't be Walter White, be John Smith. And #X200B. Step 5. Do not pack anything with you besides the things you regularly take to work. Phone, wallet and the clothes you were wearing, maybe a backpack. Nothing more. Shred or destroy all of your cards and dispose of them somewhere safe. Leave no trace in your house that you left with intent. And #X200B. Step 6. Decide your day of disappearance. Make it a day where you have the most time to disappear. A day you usually work more hours on, or a day that your spouse or parents are telling you they might stay later at work. The more hours you have before being reported gone, the higher the likelihood of success. And #X200B. Step 7, right before leaving, get a drastic change in appearance. Buy some new, cheap clothes that are inconspicuous on the day of disappearance. Blue jeans, black t-shirt, baseball cap. Something everyone wears. Get your head shaved clean or a buzz cut at the cheapest barber around. Somewhere where you can do it with for $10 or less, and are unlikely to care who you are or have many cameras of good quality. Buy an 8-pack of Red Bulls and place them in your backpack. Get rid of your phone right before you get in your first taxi. Make sure it was on airplane mode the whole day with the SIM card out. Buy a burner phone with some credit, you might need it for access to internet briefly. And #X200B. Step 8, disappear. Travel by taxi only. Use as many as possible, do not take long journeys as taxi drivers will remember them. Make sure to use more shady-looking taxis, as these are less likely to have cameras. Travel at night where you are less likely to be traced. Take taxis in as straight of a direction as possible. Do not take long detours, the further away you get in as short as time as possible the more successful you will be. Do not stop at a single place to sleep for the first 2 days, as you could be caught on a camera, asked for ID when wanting to pay for the stay. Drink your energy drinks in the back of your taxis to stay awake. Bring a book or something for entertainment, it will be a long journey. And #X200B. Step 9, once you traveled for 2 days, find somewhere to sleep. A sleeping bag in a park or forest, the dirtiest motel you can find, whatever. And #X200B. Step 10, once at your destination, sleep rough for a while. Try to get a dodgy no ID job. Claim you are an immigrant who learn English but has no papers whatsoever. Work without paying tax. Once you get enough cash in hand, don't rent out a place. Buy a small RV or something, you will have to sleep rough for quite a while. Try your best to go on until you get enough money and get in contact with someone at your workplace that can help you make a fake set of IDs. You will probably find one as everyone else at your workplace will be cash-in-hand workers who are probably immigrants. Hat tips/U/alphadums. First you have to become of age and get enough money to get you where you need to go. After fleeing the country, that's basically it. I'd suggest a name change as well, something that doesn't sound like it's from your country. It's hard to hide it since you need to do paperwork and how much it is dependent on the country you want to go to. You can always claim to want to go there and study, and while you can do that, you could secretly make arrangement to go somewhere else and completely disappear. I'm guessing you're from a Muslim country, so I'm not sure how hard any of this will be. I heard that to escape persecution in their Muslim community, someone studied and got good enough grades to become an exchange student, and then made arrangements to become a citizen and change their name, and they never saw their family again. They weren't gay though, they were Christian, but they have the same consequences in those kinds of communities, so it's not that different. Some tips on computer security. And #X200B. Download Tor and use it to do research. Once you have it installed, delete any traces of research in other places. When you disappear, be sure to stop using all your internet accounts. You could also try sending a false trail, suggesting you are going somewhere you are not. If you do this, be sure to use Tor or a VPN to log into your accounts so you don't reveal your true address. Also make sure any photos you upload to the old account aren't geotagged. Only try to create a fake trail if you are sure you aren't revealing where you actually are. And #X200B. If you are crossing a border, then you should defiantly encrypt any important files on your computer so that if they search your computer they can use it against you. Also delete Tor when you are about to cross the border so as not to appear suspicious. Maybe even upload your encrypted files to somewhere safe, then delete them of your machine in order. And #X200B. Most facial recognition software tracks your face's form, meaning it can still recognize you behind a tight mask. If you are worried about this, cover your face with enough scarf to obscure your face's shape. And #X200B. Need a secure email that's free? ProtonMail. It's all encrypted and is the least likely to leak any important information. I can't really see this being an issue, but seeing as you're going to need a new email, may as well make it a secure one. And #X200B. Ideally don't do any research on someone else's Wi-Fi, especially if you know they'll come looking for you. And hashtag X200B. Look into buying a one-time prepaid card, because then you can use a card without having it tied to your bank account. Crypto is the least traceable method of payment. Then cash. Then a prepaid card, then your bank account. Always use the least traceable method you can. And hashtag X200B. Okay, on to some more practical stuff. And hashtag X200B. First, if you are safe in your current situation, then I recommend staying there long enough to make a plan and acquire enough money to follow through with your plan. Staying where you are is terrible, but getting caught or ending up homeless could be worse. And hashtag X200B. Take a small one-man tent with you. If you are going to need to rough it, then doing it in a tent is far better. And hashtag X200B. If you think there's any chance, start applying for jobs at countries you would want to stay in and see if they would grant you a visa. This would work better if you're skilled. I'd give fewer though. And hashtag X200B. Start a GoFundMe to provide for some basic necessities immediately after you flee. Post it around in various LGBTQ+ communities. And hashtag X200B. Good luck and Godspeed. I don't have a detailed answer, but most importantly, don't do anything before you're adult and financially independent. You could get yourself into trouble that you're not yet ready to handle. Move to another country and start a new life there? /r/I want out. If you need help, you should definitely take it slow. Save up as much money as you can, look into traveling/visa options before making any rash decisions. It would be best to have everything figured out long before actually going away, where you're going to live, work options, etc. Go to a place where there are strict data safety laws. Where I live, personal information cannot be given out even on the request of family members without your written and officially signed, in the presence of a government worker, I don't know what they're called in English, permission. So, best change your name in the country with the stricter laws. You can also try to move around a bit before settling down in one place to cover up your tracks. The more often you change location, the harder it will be to find you. This doesn't even have to be a long period of time. Just don't, for example, take a direct flight to your destination. Rather use multiple types of transport, and keep the time you stay at the in-between points inconsistent. Man, everyone's really overdoing this. Just collect your essential possessions and your savings and move out. Perhaps travel to Europe and apply for asylum if applicable. Good luck. That's really rough, I'm sorry to hear that. There's been lots of good advice, but one thing I would add is that if you're planning to leave your home country, make sure you do a bit of research on immigration and visas. I think someone mentioned claiming asylum or refugee status. This is a good option but will generally be tougher and likely require a hearing. Other good options in the meantime could include temporary work visas or student visas. Many countries offer student visas for vocational studies as well, so learning a trade or skill is an option. And hashtag X200B. Also look into youth visas, which don't exist everywhere, but could be a simply option if available. Make a new email with an email nothing like your real name, sort out where you'll go when you reach your new country and then buy a ticket there for a holiday. Tell your family you're going away for X amount of weeks and just don't come back. From then it's up to you. If they call you or text you, you can ignore them, although it's likely they won't give up, or you can reply and tell them the truth. Damn you, FR out that bitch. Good luck, brother, hope all goes well for your future. Try, in some way, keep us updated. I have no help to offer, but I'm truly sorry you have to endure that. Sucks being born into a Muslim family/community. Good luck. I just left with next to nothing and winged it. Ain't been perfect, but an hour of freedom is worth more than a lifetime of slavery to an 8th century idiot, warmonger. I can't offer much advice because I'm only 14 and have never gone through anything close to this. I just wanna say good luck and I hope you can start a new life and live in safety. Much love, your way, Smile. Wish I had an answer for you op. Definitely wish you the best, dude. I don't know how old you are, so for the sake of this I am going to go on the assumption that you are not legal aged and still in school. If there is any chance whatsoever of you being able to enter into a study abroad program, then that might be your ticket out. Apply yourself hard to looking like the perfect candidate, and pray. I have had friends who made it to the Netherlands, and got in touch with the proper authorities virtually the moment they stepped off the plane. You might even do this if your family just goes on a vacation to Europe, the US or other places. Especially if you are a minor, child support entities in these countries might be able to give you more information on whom to talk to. You could even try contacting foreign embassies in your country itself to see whether the possibility exists for them to help you further. I can only speak from my own experience here, in the Netherlands, where besides asking for asylum, there are entities in place like Humanitas, some URL, and LGBT asylum support. Some URL, who can, if not help you directly, then at least point you towards groups and entities that will be able to help you, as they have helped a friend or two of mine. Additionally, if there's a Dutch embassy in your country, they might be able to put you in touch with Humanitas, LGBT asylum support or related entities. Many Western countries will have such entities to one degree or other. If anything, get in touch with someone from these countries through this wonderful tool called the Internet, and see if they can't help you find the appropriate people to talk to. Opening and accessing a secondary email address is as easy as using an alternative account on Gmail. Just, yes, be aware that you'll have a digital paper trail that you might need to cover up. If you want to protect yourself deeply, you can download Ubuntu. Some URL, for free, create a simple USB stick that will boot any computer you stick it in, and access your email from there. There will be no evidence of anything you did on that computer or on the thumb drive. Linux really isn't that hard to use, and I or others will be easily able to tell you specifically how to create such a boot drive. If you need an excuse, use the magic word troubleshooting. You want to be able to start computers that are broken so you can get to files that people need to keep, so they won't be lost when the computer goes off for repairs, just in case. I know at least for certain that the Ubuntu boot USB will not retain any evidence or a history of what you do while it is running, and since none of it is being retained on the computer itself, any evidence will stop existing the moment you restart the computer and pull the USB stick out. This way, you can maintain an online persona that stops being able to link to you the moment you restart the computer you are maintaining it on. 1. You want to completely and simply vanish without a trace, at least if you feel people from your old life will seek you out and find, harm you. 2. This will take time. Clear out your bank accounts and liquidate as many assets as you can. You want to have everything you own be cash, or cryptocurrency if you can do it, anonymously / 3. Ditch everything, and I mean everything, from your old life once you start anew. This doesn't mean you switch your phone number, it means you cancel your phone account and, later, open a new account with, obviously, a different number. Ditch the old phone, any and all accounts you have. You're never going to open your email ever again. 4. Change your name. If you can, do research on this. You may be better off by changing your name a few times, so it's harder to track you down. I would not change my name in my current country. I'd probably do something like go to Mexico, change name, hang out for a while, go to Canada, change name, hang out for a while, then go to Germany, change name, and settle down there. 5. When you leave, you want to truly vanish into thin air. No one is going to know you're about to leave. One day you're at work, doing whatever you do, and the next day you're a ghost. Do not contact anyone from your old life at any point, ever, for any reason, unless you're in a dire emergency and wish to return to your old life. 6. Change your look. Since there's likely going to be some prep time before you leave, try something like growing out your hair, grow a beard, do stuff like that. When you leave, you're probably going to want to take a bus a few hundred miles away. Get a cheap hotel room, shave your head and face, then get on another bus, in a different direction, and continue. When you're out in public, do so when it's dark outside. Probably best to do it during winter so you can wear big puffy clothes, hat, scarf, etc. to conceal who you are. 7. Do research ahead of time as far as where you plan on going. Part of this very likely includes how to get a job. Hint: hard labor is probably best and work under the table. Don't just research the places you plan on going, but research a bunch of places. In case someone tracks your search history, you want them to think you can be in any of 50 different places, not a limited search to just 2 or 3 cities/countries. But most importantly, remember this: doing this isn't going to be easy. It's going to suck. Assuming you have friends and family, they're not super likely to know why you just disappeared but that you got kidnapped. Once you commit, You gotta dive in with both feet, never looking back. Just think about it. Make sure it's 100% something you want to do, because once you do it, you're in it for the long haul. I don't know how bad your situation is, but it very well may be that your best course of action, as much as you probably don't want to do it, hear it, is to stay where you are and just pretend not to be gay, assuming people don't already know. Good luck on however you choose to go about this, but I urge you to really think long and hard about what you do regarding both options. Since everyone else has already posted excellent answers, here's a joke, and also a good book / some URL. Wish I knew the answer, I'm not sure I'll be able to. Sounds really rough. Without having any knowledge or experience about this at all, I think it's important to get this done as soon as possible. It's gonna be rough as hell, but hopefully, you'll find a better place to settle surrounded by better people. Also, consider leaving a note or a message of some sort, so that people know why you left. Then they won't bother looking for you. Good luck. If you have any lines of credit, max them out and get a one-way ticket to a different country. We need more detail, brother. Can't tell you much without. Sounds like you have a reasonable asylum case. If you live in a large city, then go to embassies for countries that offer asylum for LGBT folks and apply. I don't know about other places, but right now the US may not be the best idea. I don't know that your case will be handled in a timely manner since our asylum system has a crazy backlog right now. Can you make it to the embassy of a first world country and try to claim asylum? The only things I have to add are to move to a medium-sized city and change what you eat / what you buy from the grocery store. If my dad was alive, I would ask him. He left for cigarettes and pulled a Houdini for 8 years. Just do it. Sky's the limit. If you feel up to it, you should PM me. If I know a little more about your location, I can help you find a path to getting from where you are to where you would like to be. There are too many variables in ghosting for real without knowing what country someone is from, and their exit financial liquidity. ASL, pay off all your debts so no one will come looking for you. Then fake your suicide and move to a third world country, maybe try West Coast America? They are very accepting of LGBT+ people, more so than anywhere else I've experienced. Only works with identical twins. Fake a death, get cremated, and then live life using your twin brother's everything. Get an identical car, a copy of all his shit, and use it. There's a place in French Ghana where you can join the French military for a new life. All you got to do is show up, and give them a name you'd like to be known as. That's all I know. You gotta call up Saul Goodman's guy Ed. Ask him for a dust filter for a Hoover Max Extract Pressure Pro Model 60. The man will start you off on a completely new life wherever you please, as long as you stay under the radar. Walk into the woods and return to civilization in 10 years. Buy a fake passport, go to Russia and take a new legit ID and passport and say that you wanted to change your name there, thus losing track of everyone, and boom, you're in the clear. Jump over the border of the map. Respawn. Chose a new character. I kinda always wanted to drive 3 hours south and never come back to California and live in Mexico rest of my life. Try this guy. Some URL. Have faith, rob a train. Just one big score and then disappear to Tahiti. That's terrible. I'm from South Dakota and it's perfectly fine to be gay here. Do a bunch of drugs / alcohol, fuck your life up, find a rehab far away, have health insurance to pay for it, unfuck your life, profit, and have some cool stories. That's what I did. I'm sure there's some other ways to go about it, but it's one way. Leave the country and never come back?